Michael, why is this an important cause for you that you want to rally behind?
I think, really just trying to help in, a bunch of different ways. But this, for us and our family is something that's really important. It's also something I mentioned last night that, Coach Bray did such a great job with this, really starting it here in Michiana. So it's something that we wanted to continue. And keep, the fight for cancer kind of keeps going on. So this is something that we could rally behind and try and help in this community.
Has it had a dramatic impact on your family, the disease?
Yeah, I mean, just with everybody, right? I think there's not a person that hasn't been touched at some point in time by somebody that they know, and myself included. So, yeah, it's big for our family, something that's important for us, but it's a fight I think everybody can get behind.
It's important to you to have your guys out here and have them be about more than just basketball?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to teach life lessons, and that's something important for them to get a chance to see people, get a chance to meet people, but be a part of helping in some kind of way. And they enjoy it, right? They get a kick out of it. I think they're winding down with their summer classes and summer responsibilities. So, a beautiful day to get outside and, thank the people that, they're huge sponsors, they're huge donors, but also people that are playing golf are doing their part in helping kick into the funds that are raised that go towards the American Cancer Society.
How has the summer been for you guys in terms of basketball, and how do you like where you're at right now?
It's been fun. We've really enjoyed it, our time together. It's a fun group to be around. It's a fun group to guys that love hoop, they love being around each other, they love to compete. So we have about 2 weeks left, and now we're really focused on just basketball here the last couple of weeks. But it's been a really good group to be with this summer.
What's the challenge like for the new young guys that are here, and how are they handling it?
Yeah, it's been great. There's nothing, basketball's basketball. They're learning. They're learning. We got a lot of guys back. We got a lot of guys returning. We added a couple older guys. They're just falling in line with what those guys are already doing, the foundation that's already been laid in place. So they've just come in eager to work, and it just fell in line like everybody else.
Mike, you gave the key. Where do you sense the most growth in your program from year 1 to year 3?
For us, it's really like getting back to standards, getting back to basics of who we want to be. We spent a lot of time doing that this summer, and really focused on our defense, focused on our rebounding, focused on our toughness, our togetherness, and everything else. So, easy things to kind of fix and correct, but we spend a lot of time doing it, and I think you'll see some improvements in that area.
It used to be Bray versus Boeheim in terms of fundraising. Who's Shrewsbury's biggest rival for fundraising?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think, this has been one of the most successful in the country, and that's something that we want to keep doing. I know, last night raising over $510,000, up to I think $5 million all time, something like that. So, we just want to keep going, keep setting a standard, showing what this area can do in terms of raising money for. With our whole foundation and what we're doing in this whole event.
What was the message in your keynote last night?
I didn't really have a keynote. We a lot of Q&A. We just talked a little bit, but I think seeing the award winners. They have 4 award winners that were all local, and seeing what they were doing in their all 4 different ways of really. Fighting this, whether it's a professor trying to come up with some kind of cure, whether it's somebody that's doing a walk in town, 4 different people that are doing special things here in this community. And I think that's what we were trying to highlight the most.
And back to basketball, speaking of messages, what's your message to your team this summer?
Just have fun. That's what we've been doing. Spending a lot of time together, learning, but like I said, I think our continuity is a little bit different than a lot of people around the country. And having 7 guys back, it doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, we can talk about things, and guys are doing it already. And you know, we made some changes to some stuff and schematically and what we're doing, but they've picked up on it really well. And you know, I think they've come with an unbelievable attitude. But also, I love the days when we're not practicing and the court's full of guys on, you know, down there working and getting better. And I think, you know, we have a team full of guys that want to get better.
Because of who you're bringing back and then who you've brought in, do you feel like you're better positioned this year than in the last two?
You know, I mean, I guess it's always to be determined, but our look is different, right? Like you see us. We don't walk through many airports anymore, but like we got an airport team. Like we're bigger, we're taller, we're longer, we're more athletic. Like our look is a little bit different. And you know, I'm not playing, but the guys that are playing say they can feel that difference when they're trying to, you know, whether they're attacking off the dribble, trying to get to the basket. Like they can feel that difference, especially defensively. So there are some changes, there are some differences. And we're still trying to work out the kinks of how it's going to look.
Last one from me, Micah. You're back in Vegas for the Players NIL tournament. Just for what you're trying to build here, how important is it to participate in that and have the visibility with that?
Yeah, no, it's great event. I actually love it. You know, selfishly because it's in one place, it's in one building. Like you just ride down the elevator and walk to the gym. You know, it's actually an unbelievable place for fans, right? Like it's, you know, playing that week of Thanksgiving, you know, there's unbelievable amount of really good teams. It's like a mini NCAA tournament, and you know, we get a chance to test ourselves and see, you know, how we stack up early in the season. But it's also fun for fans to go because you get to see so many great teams out there, including, you know, including the Irish. So it's a great event. If anybody wants to go, like, you know, throw your green on, throw your blue on, and come out and join us because it should be a fun time.
You offering tickets?
There's plenty available.
Or hotel rooms.
At the box office. How's the last few weeks, or the first few weeks with Pat Garrity here now been for you guys? And just curious the interactions and what he's bringing you guys early on.
Yeah, it's been, it's actually, like he and I haven't got to spend much time together just because of our schedules, but he's been great. He's been awesome. He understands it. Like, you know, he was around a lot in the first 2 years while I was here, right, and on campus a lot and around a lot. So we got to spend a lot of time together. So we had like a pretty good chemistry going into it. But he's got a great basketball mind. He's got a great mind for how you help build and how we should put together the right team for our program and what we're looking for. But he also has like, you know, a pretty patient demeanor where he's not going to be a quick decision maker, right? He's not going to just, you know, make a decision right away. He's going to be thoughtful. He's going to think it out. He's going to think about what's best for our program, and that's kind of how I operate the same way. So we've had pretty good chemistry together so far.
One last basketball question for me. What was the biggest lesson that you just kind of took away from last season?
Yeah, you know, there's all kinds of lessons. Like one, like stay healthy. I don't know if that's something that you could do. I don't know if that's, you know, something that you could wish for, but you know, that's what I had hoped we would be. Right? Is, you know, you get a chance, you get to the end of the season, you start looking at stuff, and you're like, you know, Marcus, Braden, and Matt Locko played 14 games together, and that's something that, like, you know, you think that's your starting backcourt, and it's like, you know, you only get to play half your games with them. But other than that, like, you know, I've said it before, like, we needed to get back to who we were, and that's what we spent this summer doing. Like, we've been a tougher team. That started, you know, on the court, but it started in the weight room with our, you know, new hire and John Sanderson. Like, we have a culture of toughness, just like we have a culture of hard work. And, you know, you see us play, that's being displayed out there at all times on the court. So, you know, that's the biggest lesson for me is, like, we're going to go back to being who we were.
Thank you.
Thanks, Micah.
No problem, Skills.